Welcome, everybody, to Dave's Corner Garage. We welcome you on Facebook Live, and you can go to facebook.com/Dave's Corner Garage, and you will see us. We have a great one-hour show for you with a great panel of automotive experts, and we're going to turn it over to Dave Redinger, who hosts the show, and he'll introduce everybody. We invite you down for any questions, no matter where you are at the MTCC, and we welcome any texts that you want to send in. Any questions that you have right now?
Hello!
There you go. Dave's got his oldest audience right now. Here's Dave Redinger. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. It's Dave's Corner Garage. We've actually been on the air on AM 740 19 years. So that's a long time for any radio show to be on the air. What we do is actually bring the experts down that are in the know. We'll give you honest answers to the questions you may have. So if you've got a question about buying a car, having a classic car that needs insurance, buying a newspaper from Norris over there, Lease Busters. Andy's here from Lease Busters. If you want to get out of the lease, Andy will explain that to you. Trevor is here from Crown, who's one of our original sponsors, and I really got to thank you out loud. 19 years we've been together. We sold a lot of undercoating. Now, next we have Geoff Coy. Well, I always call him Geoff Lant. Lant Insurance is a company that actually will insure your classic car. So you have a, 1930 Duesenberg worth $2 million. Geoff will actually insure it for $1,600. But the reality is it's very, very affordable, correct?
Yes, yeah. We actually do insure the 1927 Duesenberg downstairs in the Cobble Beach.
That's just one there.
Yeah.
I haven't been downstairs yet. So you actually insure the cars that are downstairs?
The ones that are from Ontario, yeah. There's some from the Michigan Museum and other museums, but the ones that are down there, are our clients.
Okay, explain me how it works. Now I have a classic car and I come to you and I say, this car is worth $1.5 million.
Yep.
And you say, let's find out what it's really worth?
Yeah, usually you're talking to someone who just purchased the vehicle. We start there.
Yes.
And then we have resources through our partners at Haggerty that research the value based on current market value. So all the auctions, all the number of sales across North America is tracked in their Haggerty Price Guide, and that's where we come up to a value depending on the condition. Most people that buy classic cars will tell you, talk an hour about the condition of their vehicle and what it is, and then we get photos and verify it, and away we go. So it's an agreed, guaranteed value. So once we discuss the value and we agree on it's guaranteed on your policy, that's what you'll get.
One thing I didn't understand is I have an agreed value in the car. It got damaged, but it's not a write-off.
Right.
So what happens now?
Well, now you get paid up to that amount to fix it. If it goes up to that amount, it's a write-off.
So in other words, you would pay up to the value of the agreement?
Yeah.
And if not, then I get to keep the car?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, it's not expensive. The reason being it's not your primary car?
Right. So these are collector cars, classic cars that are used not as your daily driver.
Right, low mileage.
That said, you can still take it, for a drive anytime you want, visit friends. We just don't want you driving every day down the Don Valley to work in it. That's not what the policy is designed for.
So are there any other restrictions in this sort of scenario?
You must be licensed 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and have a good driving record, so no more than 2 tickets. And that's basically it. We want you to enjoy the car, just not your commuter.
See, I have a 25-year-old Ferrari, which I've driven like twice a year because it's a shit car to drive.
Right.
But the reality is I can insure that for what? It's minimal.
Yeah, it's based on the value. So example of use a 60s muscle car, 67 Camaro.
Yes.
You're an old guy like us. Value is $30,000, will cost you $318 a year.
Fascinating. I love it.
So even if you're younger, you're in your 40s and same car,
it
costs you $330 a year. So it's very affordable, and again, based on the use that you're not driving it.
So the reasons are not the primary car. It's got to be, you have to be licensed at least 10 years and have a clean driving record.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we have a question for Geoff. Say, for example, we have a vehicle that's 55 Chevy, just for an argument's sake, and we had an accident. What happens? How does it work?
Well, we have a very unique specialized claims department that only does claims for classic cars. So that's the first place to go, is to our claims adjusters that are specialists in that, and we have special appraisers, damage appraisers, that deal specifically with classic cars. You choose the shop where you want to go. We send our appraiser out to appraise the damage.
So now, hang on a second. I can choose the shop where I want to go.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you choose the shop. A lot of people already have shops that they've been dealing with that partly restored the car or done some work on it. So we want you to take it back to where you trust, and then we send our damage appraisers out to go over the estimate, and then you're paid out or the vehicle's fixed. Now we do have one very unique coverage that we're the only ones in Canada offering it. Is called Cherish Salvage. So generally, if your car's a write-off, there's a salvage amount. So there's so much damage. There's a $20,000 car. There's $10,000 damage. We wrote it off. You have to bid to buy that car back. So with our Cherish Salvage coverage, you not only get the $20,000, but you get to keep the car.
Wow. Okay.
And
now you can start the restoration process on your own time.
Right, because even if the car is, a total, so it's just they still may want it for parts, or have a friend that wants it for parts. They want to keep the car in the hobby, because once it's gone to the wreckers, they just part it out and it's gone. So
now, do we look for original equipment parts? Like when say, for example, I've gone to the shop and we've got the thing. Have you got an ability to find the original pieces?
We try.
You have?
Yeah. We have our damage appraisers will source all over North America to find it, but as the years go by, it's less and less to find original parts. So
that's right.
They manufacture old parts. They remanufacture parts for old cars. And
So
that's a lot of times.
does that affect the price of the policy? Is the rarity of the car? Say I have a Bugatti Atlanta, and that's it's worth $5 million. You're never going to find parts for that car because there are only like 20 or 30 in the world.
True,
right?
but the policy is based on the value. So yes, you're going to pay more for a $1.5 million, $2 million car than you are $30,000, of course. So, but the premiums are based on the value of the car, the guaranteed value.
And the average guy, what, $25,000, $30,000?
Yeah,
classic
our
car?
average classic car is between $25,000, $30,000. Our average premium is $300. We insure
You can't go
probably
wrong.
60,000 cars here in Ontario.
Fascinating. And how long have you been around?
We've been around 41 years in March.
That's right, because we just had a 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
Fascinating stuff. So
Dave?
classic car insurance, yeah.
Dave, can I ask a question to Geoff?
Sure.
What is constitute a year for a classic car? Is it 20 years, 30 years,
Good
40
question.
years?
We have three categories. So we do have what we call an exotic category,
How's our
0 to
timing?
15 years
How's our
old.
time?
So again, that's a little more special. You're looking at supercars, cars that aren't driven very much, very special editions. Then the next category is special interest, which is 15 to 25 years old, and those cars are becoming more popular now as the demographic is shifting to a younger collector. A lot of them are getting 15-year-old cars, or you got the guy with the '67 Mustang and he wants a '90s Mustang. When they bought back the replica. So, and then the next category is 25 and older. So that's the kind of the real classic car, and that's where the prices are the best too.
So
And motorcycles as well?
No, we don't do
No
motorcycles.
vintage motorcycles? No.
So
fortunately.
what is it? Is it 15 years makes it a historic vehicle?
No,
As far as licensing is concerned?
25 for licensing.
Is it 25 years? Sir?
Yeah.
So that's not that long. It's like a
But
90s car.
We don't require it to be licensed historically. We don't require historic plates.
No.
That's just a decision that the consumer makes. It makes no difference on the insurance.
So if you have a 95 car, that's already 25 years old,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
kind of boggles the
Yeah.
mind. Crazy. Alrighty.
Last minute of play in this period.
Oh, God. So last question. It was for Lant, and my question is, how do I start the process? I've got an old car, and I need to get it on the road. I just finished it. How do I start the process with you?
Well, there's two options. You can give our office a call. We can do it over the phone, or you can go on our website, lantinsurance.ca. You can get a quote within about 30 seconds and apply right there.
So you would quote, and wouldn't you come out and see the car?
No.
And they don't have to
Nope.
send you pictures?
They have to send pictures, yeah. But
So-
yeah, they can send pictures, but most people have pictures right on their phone and they'll email them to you right there.
Fascinating. I didn't think it was that simple. I
Yeah.
thought you'd have to come out, inspect the car, see what it was. And so when we do a negotiated price or a negotiated settlement, We can do that automatically?
Yes. Yeah. For the guaranteed
Fascinating.
value, yes. Yeah.
And how many claims do you have? None. No, I bet
Too
you-
many is always the answer.
Not too many. Because people will actually cherish the car that
Yeah.
they're doing, right?
Yes.
So
So for the most part, the claims are very low. Yes.